I'll tell you about the most awkward conversation I ever had with my dad was in 1996, right after we got AOL. Because the first thing I thought to do when we got AOL was to create a screen name, log into a sex chat, and pretend that I'm a woman. Fair enough. I just didn't know that you could be reported on a sex chat, and that as a result, your dad would receive an email with quotes as to why you were reported on said sex chat. And I was in 6th grade, so this is mostly like second-base rhetoric, nothing too hardcore. But I remember doing this on a Friday night solo sleepover, as I called them back then. And the next morning, I came downstairs and I sat down at the breakfast table, and all my dad said to me was, "Did you tell someone last night that you're too sexy for your blouse?" And I lied and said it wasn't me, forgetting that my screen name was my first, middle, and last name. So never saw him again. My dad is of the philosophy that you need a different password for every single website in the world, and you have to specifically encrypt them in a notebook that you keep under lock and key. When I was home last, I found the notebook. On one of the pages, it just says 12 fib. Fib, I found out, is shorthand for the Fibonacci sequence, which is an infinite series of numbers. And if you take the first 12 and you multiply them together and then square root that, that is the password for his Netflix account. And you should be happy to know that I did the math, showed my work, hacked in, and removed Sister Act from his kid. I used to live in New York, and right before I moved here, I was on the subway one day, and there was a guy sitting across from me who was so attractive that it was like irritating. Like, you ever see someone who's so good looking, like you kind of want them to die? And I hated him. But instead of actually like introducing myself and asking him out on a date, I just decided to take a photo of him with my phone for later. Now here's a suggestion for anyone who would like to covertly snap a photo of a stranger sitting across from them on the subway. Turn off the flash. You're going to want to turn off that pesky flash, because you become a gay creep so quickly. When the flash went off, we gave each other looks of equal levels of astonishment. And I was so embarrassed that my first instinct was actually to pull the emergency stop on the train and just kill everyone on it. But instead, I just said, "Loosen up," and then I got off the next stop. And I walked home because I don't deserve to go anywhere. I recently got a letter in the mail from myself. We had an assignment in English class in 11th grade to write a letter to yourself in 10 years. And I guess they actually sent them out, because I got it. I got the letter from my teacher. It was long, so I shortened it for you, but I wanted to read my favorite part. So this is from me from 10 years ago. Dear Brent, well, it's been 10 years since you wrote this note, so hopefully by now you've left Michigan. Check. Started doing stand-up comedy, hello, and met the woman of your dreams. That's adorable. I love how at the age of 17, the cold reality had already dawned on me that Michigan is one of the most economically depressed states in the country. But I conveniently chose to ignore the fact that every single one of my wet dreams had prominently featured Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The note continues. Hopefully your future wife will have an amazing personality and will be entirely open to adopting children. Let me translate that for you. I don't want to touch my wife. We'll high five once a year on Christmas Day. Anyway, I wrote him back, and I'll read my response for you. Dear Gay Wad, I still remember the last crush you ever had on a girl was Dominique Moceanu, who some of you may recall from the 1996 Female Olympics Gymnastics team down in Atlanta. I remember you noting to a friend of yours at the time that you found her particularly attractive because, and I quote, her breasts are so small and muscular. Good luck at prom.